welcome back to my channel. It's Ashley here, and if you are new, hey girl, hey. So in this video today, I'm going to be sharing some DIYs that you can do using the Cricut Joy. This video is sponsored by Cricut, so I want to give them a big thank you for sponsoring this video. So the DIYs that I'm going to share today are all gifting ideas. And what pairs perfect with a gift? A card. So Cricut has these awesome card mats that you can use now to create insert cards. There are tons of cards that you can choose from in Design Space. And once you choose that perfect card, all you have to do is place your card into the card mat and then let the Cricut do its job, and it will cut out the perfect card to use. After that card is cut, all you have to do is get one of the insert cards that they have and insert it into the back, and then you have a really cute card that you can pair with any gift. Speaking of gifts, the first gifting idea that I'm going to share is going to be perfect for that coffee drinker, tea drinker, hot cocoa drinker, anyone that loves a cute mug. This is going to be the gift for them. This project is perfect for first-time Cricut users. I'm not going to do anything extravagant. I'm just coming in here and picking out an image. So I've searched my image, I found the perfect one, and now I'm just going to simply cut that out. So since I'm cutting it out, I'm just gonna make sure that it says cut at the top, and then I'm going to make it. So one little tip that you can do is if you have multiple projects that you kind of worked on in that one space, if it pulls it up all on one mat, you can either move that item to a different mat or you can hide that item all together. So that's what I'm gonna do here. And then after that, I'm just gonna make sure the saying sweater weather is within the red lines so that I'll make sure that my Cricut is going to cut that out. Then all you have to do is pick out what you're going to be cutting. So I'm gonna be cutting permanent vinyl, and then I'm going to get that all set up by placing it on my mat, making sure that I cut off the excess and all that stuff like that. And then I'm gonna let the Cricut do its job by cutting out my design. So after the Cricut has cut out my design, I'm just going to start to remove any excess vinyl. So cutting the vinyl, peeling it off, and then I am going to be using my weeding tool to weed out the smaller cut pieces. Okay, so after I've weeded out all of the excess vinyl, now I'm going to be taking this cute little mug that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to be adding the decal to that. So to do that, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my transfer tape and I am going to place the transfer tape on top of my image. Next, I'm going to be using my scraper tool, just making sure that my transfer tape is going to pull up my image. And then I'm going to take that image, once I've peeled it off of the backing, I'm going to add that to my mug, pressing it down, and then simply peeling off my transfer tape from the mug. Now you have this really cute saying on the front of your mug, and this looks like, I just bought it out the store. Now I'm gonna share how you can take your mug and turn it into a gift. So this one is gonna be for like your tea drinker. I'm gonna be using these test tubes that you can pick up from Michael's, and in one of the test tubes, I'm gonna be adding some honey to it. And then in the other test tube, I am going to add some of your loose leaf tea into that test tube. After I finish filling out my test tubes, now I'm going to create this cute little goodie bag full of cookies. And these cookies are bomb, by the way. If you've never tried them, you can get them from Kroger. They're so good. So I put them in the bag, and then now I'm going to start to put this gift together. So I'm going to be using this shredded paper you can get from the Dollar Tree, and then I'm going to add everything inside. Love how this turned out. Super cute. One of the great things about the Cricut Joy is the fact that you can make things very quickly. So honestly, you can make this in less than 30 minutes, and then you'll have a cute little gift to give to someone. So these next two gifts are going to be perfect for people who love smell goods. So the first one we're going to tackle is potpourri. I thought making potpourri was going to be super difficult, but it's actually pretty easy. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is cut up some fruits. Once you've gotten all of the fruits cut up that you're going to be using, you're gonna place them on a baking sheet, and then you're gonna place that baking sheet in your oven, and the oven should be set at around 170, 175 if you can get your oven at that temperature, and then you're gonna bake them for about 10 to 11 hours. So while the fruit was baking, I created my tag for the potpourri. Didn't take me 11 hours, but I got it done while that was going on. So the first thing that you're gonna wanna do if you're making tags is you can pick tags on Cricut's design space. So there's different tags you can choose from. Just type in tags and then you can find the perfect one. So once you find that perfect tag, you can create any instructions or anything like that. If you're not even doing potpourri, whatever you're doing, and it has instructions, you could just write it on to your tag and then you'll be good to go. So I already pre-made these tags for you guys, and you are more than welcome to use this if you decide to do this DIY. I'm gonna have it down below for you, and you'll be able to pull it up on your own design space. So another little quick tip that I wanna say for the newbies to the Cricut world is that if you are loading up a font that is like a calligraphy style font, the spread out of the words, of course, are gonna look very janky, so you're gonna have to fix that. And a quick thing that you can do is first take the spacing and bring the spacing in, and then after that you can just ungroup them and then just start to attach them that way. And then once you get the spacing and lettering correct, all you have to do is group them back and weld them together. So for this project, we're not gonna actually be cutting out the words. The words are gonna be drawn. So you wanna make sure all your words say draw. So as you can see on the right-hand side, they all say draw. And then the tag part is the only thing that's gonna be cut. So you wanna make sure that that says cut too. And then all you're gonna do is group everything together. So, well, not group, but you're gonna attach everything together. So then the next thing that you're gonna do is get your mat and everything set up. So I'm gonna be using this Kraft paper that you can get from Dollar Tree, and I'm gonna put that onto my mat, load it up, and then I'm going to let the Cricut draw out the tag and then cut it out. So in between drawing and cutting, all you're gonna have to do is kind of stop at one point. The Cricut's gonna tell you, hey, I'm finished drawing. Then all you're gonna do is take the marker out, and then you're gonna place the blade in, and then you're gonna let it cut the tag out. So after that's done, since I brought this font in from DeFont, it actually didn't draw the font, it kind of like traced it out. So I am going to just fill in the areas that need to be filled in with my marker, and that's super easy to do, and it's also very relaxing. So after I'm done filling out my letters, I'm just going to peel this up carefully, and now I have my cute little craft tag. Now I'm gonna share how to put this gift together. So you're gonna need a jar, your dehydrated fruits, and cloves, and cinnamon, and all that good stuff to make it smell good. So I'm just gonna be adding my cloves in there first. And then after I add the cloves, I'm gonna add some cranberries in there. And then I'm gonna add my dehydrated fruit in there next, which looks so beautiful. I love how it turned out. So after that, I'm just going to add my cinnamon sticks. And guys, this smelled so good when I was doing this, so I can only imagine how it smells when you actually boil it. I also decided to add these dried eucalyptus leaves, and that was all that I did for that, and I sealed this up. So next I'm gonna take my tag, a piece of dehydrated fruit, and one of my eucalyptus leaves, and I am going to add that around the top of the jar. To add them to the jar, I'm just gonna take a piece of twine and unravel it, and then I'm just going to add these to the top. Now after everything is nicely put together, which the last little touch that I put there is this leaf, you'll have this beautiful DIY potpourri that you can give to someone that is going to be perfect for the winter weather or a housewarming or anything like that. This is going to be the perfect gift. Moving along to our next gifting idea, I'm going to be showing how to create a DIY candle. So I'm going to be using some wax, these wicks, and then also this little metal centering piece you can use, but if you don't have it, you can definitely use just 2 popsicle sticks to center your wick. The first thing I started to do was just add the wax to a clear bag, and then I tied that bag up with a piece of twine. After that, I just added some of the eucalyptus leaves inside, and then also I'm gonna add some cloves in there. So you can use like any type of container or glass container, plastic container. I didn't have that and couldn't find the little glass containers from the Dollar Tree, so I just decided to use this little ornament that's clear, and I wrapped it with twine to add my cloves to. So the next thing that you're gonna add is just the essential oil. So if you know the person's favorite oil smell, you can add that in there, or if you just wanna do it by the time of year, the special scent for that, you can add that into your DIY candle jar. So you can't give someone a DIY candle making gift without having instructions. So to create my instruction little card, I came into my Cricut design space and I created this cute little card. After I was finished creating the card, now I'm just going to get the Cricut to draw out my design and also cut it. One of my favorite things about the Cricut Joy is the fact that it has Bluetooth capability, so you don't have to worry about cords, and you also don't have to be very close to your machine to get it to draw and cut things out for you. So I just love having the Cricut Joy. Although it's small, there's just so many things that you can do with this, and you can take this wherever you want to go. You can do DIYs on the go. It's small, portable, cordless, and also it can cut materials without the mat. So there's so many different things that you can do with this Joy that you wouldn't even think you can do because it's so small. So after the Cricut was done writing and cutting out my little instruction sheet here, all I did was fill in those letters like I did in the previous project, and now I'm going to put everything together as a gift. So to start, I'm just using this little wooden box that you can get from the Dollar Tree, and I just added the instruction paper to the bottom. Now if you don't want to add the instruction paper to the bottom, you can easily just roll this up and place it inside of the jar. Next, I started to decorate my little wax bag, so I added a leaf, and then I also created these tags on my Cricut. Super easy to do. I just used a little tag template and placed my lettering on there, and I again filled in those letters, and then this was ready to put on my jar and my wax bag to label them. So with the little wooden box, I'm using the wooden box to place my stuff in, but you can also use a basket as well. With the box, you can stain it, you can paint it, but I'm just gonna leave it the raw wood look, and I'm just gonna place everything inside. And again, I'm gonna use that same Kraft like shred paper that you can get from the Dollar Tree to stuff the bottom. Okay, so here is how the gift looks all put together. Love how it turned out. Very simple to do once you get all of your items that you need for this project. The tags with the instruction sheet is just the icing on the cake for this. I love how it turned out. So simple to do on your Cricut Joy, or if you have your Cricut Explorer, you can do it on that as well. All in all, I love how each one of these turned out. They are very easy to do and also very beginner friendly for a first time Cricut user. I will have each one of these again down below so you can pull them up on Design Space and use them if you would like. These are perfect for gifting for the holiday season, or if you're going to a housewarming, or just because gift, a thank you gift. These will be perfect for them. You can personalize them all on your Cricut. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, as always, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you comment down below to let me know what you think. If you aren't subscribed to my channel, make sure you click on that subscribe button and you hit that notification bell so you'll always be up to date with my latest tutorials. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye.